Okay. Hello. Oh, I'm just going to say oh. Okay. Privacy, all that jazz. Today is Friday. January 29th. So this reading is for personal reading. Let's see where to go with this. Okay. Please forgive me for any extra dog sounds. As usual, my boys are always right here with me. So, for 2021, let's see. Put it here so I see it. Let's see what letters we get. Messages for you. Okay, it was pretty freaking fast. I gotta tell you, my words don't usually come together quite that fast. If it is a fixed energy situation, this is a possibility. So, my first impression is even with a timeline of options, your denial rate has increased. This doesn't mean that you're denying people who come your way. You may not even see them. You may not be putting yourself out there to be seen. So this could be a denial of self, not necessarily a denial of others. But that is pretty wow. So your question, love for 2021. Okay, I don't yeah, I don't see any other words that go. I'm still looking like, did I miss anything or? Nope, there's no A. Okay. Mm. Let's see. Well, look, it just keeps coming. I Now, oh, if you see any words, forgive the loud airplanes going by. If you see any words that look more in order to you, write them out. They're your messages. You're welcome to also write all the letters and unscramble them yourself and see if there's anything else. I usually go with the first full set that comes out to me. When there are no letters, to me, that is the fixed message. There it is. There you have it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. But let's see. There's no words. So what I'm getting from, okay, I'm gonna take apart the words a little bit and see if there's any other details that come through this. But it looks like a time denied because perhaps the others around you aren't mentally up to speed or mentally capable the way that you imagine, romanticize. Oh God. Wow. Okay. I gotta double check my camera and make sure shit's running on that one. Um. oh. Um. Maybe you don't recognize the savage nature of your mind. Maybe you're too strong or too. What's the word? When men are intimidated. I don't think that about myself, but I'm told that a lot. I don't think I'm emasculating, but I don't think I've had a relationship where a guy didn't say that I somehow was trying to challenge his manhood. And I don't think that about myself. But, you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. Let's just see. Okay, let me keep most. No, okay. I hear I should keep trying. Okay. Enemy punt. Okay. Maybe okay. Wow. I mean, maybe you provide, maybe you don't see that okay. Maybe guys see you and they feel hurdles or obstacles. There's an obstacle, whether it's a past relationship. Do you have any chance? Okay, let me just, yes, on this one. Is this an X? Wow, that's a lot. My cards don't usually fall out like that. Let's see what we get. Okay. Ew, okay, that's a lot of yes. Yes. Covering both sides. Yes, as a 2, this is relationships. Not lack of cooperation or creating a situation where others don't cooperate. This could be control issues. Someone, okay, is it possible, that someone in your past, like an ex or husband or an affiliate, someone may be coming your way in 2021 or doing this now? Because there's so many cards, this could be now. Somebody may have put it out there amongst the others in your world that you belong to them. Could be somebody trying to, or perhaps the influence or the influential nature of a past love makes you a little bit untouchable. Damn. I know this one too, girl. Oh my God. I need a cigarette on that one. Okay. Hopefully that's not the case, but it's there. And I asked, will your dating situation, was that, enemy ID? Enemy put ID line, put an identification line. Okay. Is it possible that you dated somebody who just is influential enough that it's disrespectful to date you? Are you coming out of a relationship like this? Yo. That feels past life, just to be clear. Is this past life connection? Time block. Is this past life connection? Check. Fair enough. Okay, you may not understand this about your own energy. During some reincarnation, I hope you can read really well. I'm an ass. I'm sorry. There's a reason things are and aren't happening for you in this lifetime. And it's real low, yo. I'm gonna keep that right there. So in relationships, perhaps even in this lifetime, you will have some you are without a doubt experiencing a very specific timeline of events in this lifetime, your whole lifetime. I don't know. I won't go further on the deity because I don't know enough about deities to go that far with you. But there it is. And I don't doubt the letters at this point when they make full words. And then I'm getting all this yes. Look, look, look. Okay? Now here, half false, half truth. This can be someone whose soul understands who you are and is making some type of protection claim. Can also be your spirit guides too. Wonder what you reincarnated for exactly, but we'd be here all day maybe. I don't want to risk that. I will run out of coffee by then. So let's figure out 2020, because that's pretty heavy. I don't know if, like, wow. Well, nice talking to you, oh. Nice talking to you. Hello. Let's see what's coming for you in 2020. I feel like we should go with these. Hold on a second. Okay, just got another message. $54.49 is the total of the letters here. So there's the 4. So here's your 4. And mind you, yes, when I see sometimes certain data, I count the numbers in the message. So your message here comes to 4. 4 is a number of love, in fact. So we get the balance and we get this cup of love, relationships, 2021. 2, 4, and 2. flew? Wow, I took that. I understand. Okay, thank you. Here's the 4 again. Hopefully it's not too much of a glare. Relationships are going to be, I don't know why I just heard the word stall, stagnant. They're going to be difficult because you're here to do. And my phone needs a freak. So what flew out is the 4 of Pentacles. That guy looks, all these people, look. You're trying to find balance in partnerships and relations, but they keep being a problem. You got the spilled cups here, right? And in that heartbreak, imbalance, changes, the in, the out, you see 2 ships, right? You see the 2 ships, one coming in, one coming out, and in between, you trying to achieve balance. In that is a lesson. It's knowledge, it's awareness. What I just heard is it's teaching you how to be a better deity. Then we have the Magician. And we have this data coming in, higher learning, higher awareness. Your peoples in the sky and the stars. As above, so below. Infinity. So we're learning, we're achieving balance. I'm having trouble speaking with you right now. Maybe my soul knows I ain't supposed to be talking to you any old kind of way. All right, so we got this balance of trying to balance out the elements and the ups and downs of this physical realm that you're in. And then here in the 4 of Pentacles, we get control. Now, this card can also be about blocking change, okay? It can be experiencing the greedy elements of self or others. Now, perhaps in your, perhaps at your level, your soul, your true soul level, perhaps at your true soul level, you ain't supposed to be loving on one. You might be a garden of abundance to many. You might be a teacher, a lover, a provider, a caregiver of many. But here at this time, because the Magician is a 1, this is new beginnings. It's about self-care and love. It's opportunity. However, it can also be learning how to navigate through the world of impulsive decision-making, impulsive decision makers, the thoughtless, the selfish, the sex-focused, the Wang, the masculine energy. This could be your feminine essence reincarnated to experience that, a deepening or experiencing the other side of self, the masculine element of self. But this is about self-awareness. This is indeed about understanding a cycle, breaking a cycle, balancing a cycle. It's about gathering sense of self. It's increasing the esteem of the self within this realm. What I'm getting in storyline, I keep going back to this. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling. What I just saw as I was saying that was the image of a, hold on, let me kill the AC. Okay, what I was feeling or seeing was a beautiful feminine type energy who had, you know, everything that they could have possibly desired. Thus, did not understand balance. did not really and truly achieve balance when it was time to do so, and perhaps caused, or experienced loss of many, loss of love. You're here to find balance in love of self, awareness of self. You're here to remember who you are at this time. If you don't remember, you're certainly experiencing the wow. If a deity came off of the platform, came out of the art on the walls, in history, in walls and tombs and in art, famous art, if the deity stepped out of that artwork in and suddenly became a living, walking form, if Mona Lisa got up out of the chair and stepped out of the painting, what would the world be like for Mona Lisa? Would people just be sitting next to her on the bus yo, what's up, Mona? No. It would be a different life. I don't think you can agree with me on that one. She would have an interesting life experience. If any god stepped off of the platform given to them in art, the solidification of who they were and that they existed, if they came to life within that art and stepped out into the current world, what would they be experiencing? What would they be experiencing when they interacted with those who knew who they were? What would they be experiencing if they lived exactly where you lived, dressed the way you dressed? When they stepped out of the art, they looked like you. Okay? That specific deity looked like this in the art, but in the modern day times with hair, makeup, connections to others, sunlight, darkness, whatever, the deity looks the way you look. What would life be like for that deity? That is your question for the day. And I want you to answer that. So let's see. Okay. Oof. I don't want to do too much past life because that has nothing to do with right now, but it's so heavy to me here. And I'm not getting heavy. I'm not getting that from, the cards are enhancing the image I see. But, well, you ain't no deity in this fucking lifetime, so I could just say that shit, right? I know what the others don't know. Now you know, okay? So, what I'm seeing here, to be just blunt with that shit, I think in a past lifetime you caused some stuff. Perhaps people were poor, perhaps people starved, perhaps people experienced harsh endings because of belief following at your order. Perhaps in one of these lifetimes or incarnations, you were responsible for something that created a time block that exists for you in each lifetime until you figure out or make good on this. Even what's sitting here is just major battle. Perhaps you was on some real savage. So here you have this knowledge, but coming over that is turning your back on it. And that's Pentacle. So this affected the physicality, this affected the materials. This, if you notice, let's see, this king has all of the abundance at his feet, but it came out this way, and it's having it at his back. And it's not really a stocking for the self. For me, this feels like someone who was very greedy. This person was very materialistic. This person, could have been supporting, but took. someone who denied others when they needed it and made plans to take more. Here we have the Wands. And in the Page of Wands, this is somebody who could have created conflict in the past. But they're upside down here. Okay? So this is somebody who was just creating conflict, for being a savage, creatively fucking people's shit up. This is somebody who was courageous but evil. Just, you was a savage. In a past lifetime, you was not to be fucked with. That's all I'll say. Like, you had major force. You had the ability to supply and demand and remove. A great warrior of some sort. Beyond warrior. Like, you were a magician, a god. Wow. But you were... dangerous. Wow. Motherfuckers give up. You was not to be fucked with in some lifetime. You did not have a problem emptying motherfuckers out in some lifetime. Wow. This is too much. Now, I'm going to go back on this because I'm pulling all past life data for this. Wow. So now I'm going to push myself to read current. Clarify 2021. Two, 3, 6, 6. Okay. So going forward, your work here in this realm at this time is to acquire higher knowledge. This could be college, this could be higher knowledge of self. At this time, you will probably do really well to put down some old thoughts. It is time to experience another side of the self. You have experienced the type of beings, whether it's last lifetime or now. I'm trying to read for now. But it must be very imperative at this time for you to know your old data. So here in love, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay? And you, I do believe, are remembering. Your soul, your heart remembers or desires something that you did have before. So that's pretty big shoes for anyone to fill. Right? Those are huge fucking shoes. Yo, like who in your neighborhood or who around you in your environment is on some shit like that? If you got that in your environment, then okay. But that looks like, to me, this looks like the heart and the soul remembers the greatest love of all. And what kind of, who could fill those shoes? So in that level of knowledge, we're here where we're you kind of got your back turned. You have the ability to give abundance, to love deeper than others. You are someone who can easily create when it's time, whether it's food, abundance, peaceful surroundings, comfort. But you attract, at this time, you may be attracting more animalistic natured individuals. In the Three of Pentacles, we have competence, we have desires, planning. But because it came out in reverse, this is no result. Things that don't work, fires that get extinguished, connections that don't meet up to this standard. Because wisdom is supposed to be the work. Gaining wisdom of self. In this lifetime, those you have harmed, you will meet again. And that sometimes is why those relationships go askew, go awry. But the Seven of Pentacles here, that is this reversed, so it's like having to deal with situations that don't bring rewards. Okay, but here we have choice. And it's like being a bit of a tease. It's taking in, like you get messages. You get offers for some quick rabbit-like in and out action. But you still have this interest in something so much more profound, so much deeper that it's hard to really take these little pigeon messengers seriously. Because you want something so much deeper than that. So it always leads back to this finish. The finish where it's a loss. Success gets lost. Things that look like they could work don't work. And that happens because you seek practical people. It's operating on the hope. And I'm sure deity, in some, maybe it's a blind hope that others are just going to follow. And why is this so difficult? And, just do what's good for you here. Things that seem like they should be easy will be difficult. Okay? And it's having to end things. You're going to experience having to end a lot of things in relations. You have to cut people off, which I feel like you're already doing. And what's sitting here on the deck is this card, 3. So you can see the sword action here is matching. So the time block, as far as I see it right now, is on you. It is self-imposed, self-inflicted, could be because of location. But for 2021, I see you blocking, making the choice to block out thoughtless contacts and interactions because you're waiting for a very specific person. In our night, we have things that can be, they feel unpredictable, they feel absent of direction. That's not the case, okay? Because you're looking for a different kind of logic. In the meantime, for self, what you're supposed to be working on is your own knowledge and logic. You may be coming off in 2021 as very blunt and opinionated, deity energy. In relationships, you may come across as a bit of a know-it-all. But, let's see. Because I was just saying. You may come across as somebody who turns their back. This is a cycle, a recycle. Yeah. So what we're doing at this time is we are cycling again. Okay? We are reincarnating. Wow. So in the reincarnation at this time, your dates are coming through as the direct opposite of self, mirrored self. And it's up to you to see that mirror of yourself in the partners or people or the curious ones that come your way in 2021. Recognizing those qualities of self in the others, because they're there. You're attracted to the opposite of self. So at this time, you need to see it. And that's past behavior. We got a break. Here's that 8 again. Here's your infinity. There's that cycle, as I like to call it, that holy grail of cycles. So we're getting balance. We're getting balance and control over what weakens us. Okay? And this is recognizing that we might be drawing in people who create the kind of karma we don't want. You want family, you want togetherness, you want a union, yes, but you've forgotten there's a greater work here to be done. I say this too. Just to be clear, I won't say it too much on the main videos, but when I asked to do this work and to get the higher knowledge, I asked to work with those who would be ready for the journey. I don't want to wake anybody up. You've heard me talk about sleepwalkers in my videos. Some of us are awake and we don't know what the fuck is this? What's going on? Others, and the rest are fucking asleep. They're asleep. They're working on a fixed energy timeline. You should not disturb them. You should just, accept that they're asleep and do what you got to do. Move forward. Accept that they're asleep and they might just be earth fixed energy and move forward because they want one thing. They want to deliver a message and get some of that quick in and out action going on. This could be your location too, okay? If I could simplify all of this, you might be living in the wrong place, around the wrong people who, could be environmental. Nonetheless, I don't see you being short of options in 2021. But that keeps you on a fixed timeline to explore nothing but options as opposed to getting the work done that you're here to get done. I think Bear agrees. Okay? So, behind this wizard here is a maze, right? I really think that this is supposed to be your focus, is expansion of the self, creativity of the self, taking time to take care of the mind, body, connect to your old data. I really think that's the work. So I'm not, listen, I I know you want to know about love. I really think this is about loving self at this time, because right, there's no health. Right now, you may be attracting what is unhealthy, because that's the other side of self. You may, and it may spin you into a position where you're like self-sabotaging relationships or choosing people who bring the sabotage energy. So it's realizing the higher self, trusting, learning to listen to the communication of others differently. Okay? It's understanding time by yourself for better health. It's making different connection choices. Okay? And that comes through inspiration of the self, wisdom. Celebration keeps coming to me too. So if there's something worth celebrating, first it must be you before anything else. Your guides want you to understand the greatness of self. Doesn't mean we got to act like that and go around putting it in nobody's face. That's not how this works. This is new beginnings, self-awareness, not dealing with the selfish, but being of the self. Not being selfish. This is about getting awareness, really understanding your feminine energy at this time. And we do that by spending our time alone. Look what's here at the top. We do this with alone time. We do this by ignoring and making better decisions on who we choose to interact with. Just because somebody likes you doesn't mean they deserve to be in your space. So I feel like really right now, this year, is you learning the higher self, gaining a different level of wisdom that you can work with, especially a new wisdom about wang. Right. And understanding how the wrong wisdom takes you down. Believing everything you're told brings problems. Hoping, because if your brain is really like connected like that, you think already naturally at a higher level. And that's going to make any relationship with a lower level energy difficult. See what she's battling? The devil. And that's pretty heavy, right? It's strengthening the self, right? And having to face the enemy, the fears. So right now in love, you need to be working on loving you. Will there be a relationship, a partner in 2021 for O? Wow. Has not been written yet. Okay? That's up to you and what you learn in this lifetime. Otherwise, there's just going to be some rabbits and pigeon in and out action. That's up to you to open the door to that. Oof. No. So I asked, what should you do if you want the love? If you just want to have a relationship in 2021? Okay. So we get the devil. For some they would say might be Capricorn energy. Earth energy. Do we have anything else to go with this? Wow. Sacrifice. If you want love from another in 2021, if you want that more than you want this, if you want the love of another more than you want true connection, understanding, remembering, operating in that mode, thereby attracting this level of return. If you just want the earth love, understand what you're calling in. Well, I think you do at this point. You understand what you've been calling in or what you've been allowing into your space. Balance is sitting here too. Okay? Put that here. So if you want this love, you want the connection, you are going to have to connect yourself to earth energy. Stuck, materialistic, physical in nature, greedy, people who will affect your growth, people who will affect your abundant capabilities, people who will drain you. If you decide you still want that, it's there. It's a choice, and it requires sacrifice, but this came out as an angled choice, a diagonal, and it's one that will take you down head first every time. Wow. Because it's passion first, it's instinct first, and it'll be just energies that are great at manipulating your imagination. When in fact, you're really there. Look at this. The devil's here twice. You're really here. So, my dear, for 2021, my advice to you is, if you're looking for love, I would try to figure out me first. Who you are. Because you may be calling in devils, but you're a god. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Whew, this is heavy. This shit was deep. Any love that you call in at this point is physical in nature, okay? Heavy on the physical, draining, heavy on the drain, brings imbalance, two ships passing in the night type shit. If you can accept that and deal with that while you work on self, just so you have something to do. Sometimes we just want somebody in our space for a little while. Don't put expectations on it. You know what I'm saying? Listen with your head more so than your heart. The desire for love of another is this sacrificing of the self. So when we have greater love for us, the self, we're in this mode. And we can go towards the true self. Better karma, greater judgment of self. Right now you're operating in a place where you have doubts. You may be attracting haters because their soul recognizes your power, your truth. They may not understand what it is, but this comes in the form of attracting people who, have good game at first, but then turn sour on you at the end, and it doesn't make sense. Deity. Okay? So others can sense what you are here to learn about self. Who you are, balance. This isn't data to put out to anybody, okay? This is data for you and your own personal awareness within self. This is stability. This is knowing that you manifest everything you think about. So if all you're thinking is, I want love, I want someone to love me, then there's no one to love you, because it starts with you. You're the one. Not someone. The one. You are the one. Okay? So the card, the future, the potential, the greatness, the line, the story is for you to decide upon. The manifestation is your choice. The wisdom, the acquisition, gaining the wisdom of self, and the masculine elements of you and how they affect the femininity, I mean, that's for you to learn. And I would love to believe you're going to work on that this year. What do we have here? Right. So it's experience. So in love and lust, you're experiencing the duality of the self. People who have the ability to come in and, throw you off balance, split you. So there'll be one side of you looking for something correct, and then the other side that's going with the flow. So that for me feels like bringing in users. Bringing in people who just are there because they recognize your energy and can pull off of it. Deity. Jesus, goodness. This brings in energy vampires, without question. Because you still remember this love. And to get back to that love, you gonna have to wake up a little bit more. You're awake. You sat up in the bed. Your feet are dangling off the edge of the bed. It's time to stand up, look around, see what else is. Have a better look at what's around. Recognize who's asleep. Recognizing that this energy that you seek may not be in your current environment, may not be visual to you, because you're still looking for something that you're not even aware of at this point. Well, no, you are aware now. What would life be like in 2021 for a God? Take that data, take that thought process, balance it. It requires balance of mind, body, soul. You have to get a hold of how you feel, how you respond to the others, because you don't need them, but you may, you don't want to come across as that either, because that's not the truth, not even a little bit. But you remember an ancient love. Your soul, your heart, your head remembers an ancient love that was up to this level. So what you're looking for, you have to get back to your deity. Heart, spirit, soul. Doesn't mean go out and kill them, but doesn't mean go out and hurt nobody, but yeah. It's recognizing that that some of the payback or the reincarnations may include excessive punishment of self through the wand energy, the wang energy of the others that you invite into your space. Look, she comes back. Okay? So it's choosing the higher self over the lower self. Until then, there is a time block until you pick that up. So this is higher self, higher learning. You have a lot of different timelines to explore. I don't know if you've gone through all of them or some of them or I just don't know. But in the heart, sitting at the heart of the high priestess is a cross. So in the heart is great levels of sacrifice. sacrifice, loss of self, hidden agendas that aren't even clear to you sometimes. But it's uncovering the secret self, realizing who the true sacrifice should be for, whether it's for self, children, higher learning, getting a strong grip on the brain and the heart. See, the head is ready to learn. The head has all this knowledge in it. Look at that. Like two brains, two treasure troves of knowledge. But at the heart is sacrifice. And they're sitting, okay? The priestess is sitting. So it's like waiting on things to happen while trying to gather knowledge of self. So there's a lot to get a grip on because you want some shit like this. Hi, deity. Are you ready to wake up a little bit more? It's time. Maybe I was one of your servants in a past life and it's my Maybe I'm here waiting on you to wake up. How you doing? How you doing? You want some coffee or some orange juice? Because balance, look at this, and it's going upright. So we got to get this balance of self. And others are watching you in this lifetime. They know, their soul, their mind knows. You will have many attractors. It's a magnetic attraction that easily flips. Okay, it's like having the fans that become fanatics. Easy. But you're looking for something greater. Wow. Wowie wow. Okay? Recognize that in yourself. You may be attracting people that you already fucking know don't have deity quality. They ain't up to standard, and that's why shit don't work. So it's getting to this place where we have a different vision. We have higher vision because you have the sacred wisdom, the ultimate sacred wisdom to decode this timeline you're on. Decode it, rewrite it. It's in you. So I really think this is the key to getting to partnerships. I really think even acquiring this key in the acquisition of your memories of self. You're going to you can't be focused on one else, on the someone. Okay? Because the sum of one is you. So we're looking for the two, but the two is within you. Finding that key to yourself is the key to the happy, the comfort. Not searching for something outside of you when you have everything already within. Okay? So first getting comfortable with you. I'm guessing with each reincarnation, you're less and less aware of your true bloodline, your true nature, your true beginning, why you're here. Most importantly, I just don't believe. And when I asked to do this work, what I'm noticing is the attraction coming in from people who are looking for one love, but you're here to love many. And so when you're not on the correct timeline, you experience hardships, breakages, all of the wavy patterns of the earth stuck energies, the dis-ease, the unhealthy, those whose spirit and soul knows, and they don't like you because they didn't like you from other lifetimes. They'll fuck with you for a minute, and it's to pull that energy. You know, if you could fuck a deity and be able to like go back to your soul planet or your soul plane and high five the bros because you got into this energy. You were able to take from this energy. You were able to be in the space to touch this energy and have a negative impact. That's hater shit, right? And they don't even know. And neither did you. So I think you know, but we experience a deep forgetting when we reincarnate. We're told and taught to never connect to anything from the past, but it's there regardless. Just because you haven't been taught that you can connect to it doesn't mean it ain't there. Okay? So my dear, 2021 is about loving you. There's a block on time that's going to make relationships with others difficult. They'll just be difficult. And it'll be, anything that happens will be because you're giving your all and sacrificing, which isn't your path. And so things just don't work because you got greater work to do. And even I put that there. So this is the mind in your O here. This is our mind, and it's about self, loving within. Because the offers and the men are there. Men line up for the deity. Woo-hoo. I wouldn't worry about that shit at all. I would worry about the higher learning. I would be more interested in acquiring access to that data of self, because that changes your vision. It changes your hearing. It's accessing that soul, original timeline, so you can really see the match, the one that's for you. Because your match isn't just a man standing in a line. And even if he was in line for you, you wouldn't see him. So right now, it's getting that higher vision, getting that higher learning, checking the self, head check, real talk, balance. I would find some hobbies. I would find some creative elements of self to give that free time and love to. If there's some way you can be of service to others who need it, deities should definitely be doing that in this lifetime. 100% you should be doing that, being of service to many instead of self, lust. Don't she look like she's sitting on a high, don't this look like some higher level shit to you? And matching in colors, purple to purple. This is, the block is because you need to be working on your divinity, dignity of self. You don't see your nobility. Or you forgot. You forgot. Just to be blank and blunt, you forgot. It happens to all of us. All right? You can, now on an earthly level, my dear, you can certainly entertain yourself with the earthly pleasures, because I don't see you having a shortage of options. Yeah. You can, justice is here. You can apply this balance if you should so seek it. Be accountable. Understand what it is, though. The group of ones are there if you want them. The abundance, the connections are there. But that's not the path. So don't get stuck on it. Get your feelings, get your vibrations in 2021 if that's what you need. But that is the ultimate work. Okay? If you choose partnership while on this path, it must be of this quality for it to be successful. Okay? So I say have your fun in 2021. Get your cookies if you need to. Have, friends, whatever. But injustice, in this justice card, behind her are her wings. Behind her, I'm going to repeat that shit. Behind Lady Justice, as she achieves balance of self and others and understanding, are her wings. So that's the work. I ain't going to explain that one no further because I know you got that one. I hope this was helpful to you, my darling. And, wow. It's been an honor to speak with a deity reincarnated. I hope that this has been useful in some capacity to you. And remember, this isn't shareable data. No one understands. They're asleep. Okay? This is data for the awakened. One of the reasons I'm privating this, because this shit is deeper than flipping cards or any of that. This is so much deeper than that. Your work, your time here is so much deeper than that. So I hope that I can wake you up just a little bit. Get up, have some coffee, and get on board, get on track, get to that. Because the heart sacrifice isn't really a heart sacrifice for one. Okay? The one is seeking earthly pleasures. Just remember that. Satisfy your earthly pleasures if you should so decide. But forgive yourself for the waste of time, because that's what it is. It's a waste of time. And the main work, understand that while you're entertaining your earthly desires, you're blocking your own time, because there's greater work to do. Okay? So there it is. All right? Thank you for letting me read you. You are my first personal reading, too. This is crazy. You're my first personal reading. Okay? And it's an honor. That's all I got to say about that. It's been an honor. I don't know why you need to be cognizant of the number 4, but keep an eye for that. When you see the number 4 and 22, there may be something going on you need to take notice of. Okay? Think about how you're feeling at that time. What are you doing? Are you alone? Are you around some others? Sometimes your guides may be just wanting to let you know they're there. And it comes in 4 and 20. The number's 4 and the number's 22. Okay? Lordy, Lord, Lord. I feel like I need to do this to you. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, week, weekend, all that stuff. All right. I don't even know how to end this with a deity. I'm flattered. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Goddess. Where's my hands? Goddess. Bye-bye.